You have been told that changing your life takes years. You have been told that transformation is slow, that it requires months of suffering, years of discipline, and a version of you that does not yet exist. But what if that was the lie that kept you small? What if the real breakthrough, the actual shift that changes everything, does not take months? What if it takes one day? Not one perfect day, not one easy day, one intentional day. Welcome to the Shetty mindset. I am going to show you exactly what that day looks like, and by the end of this video, you will never look at yourself the same way again. Here is what most people do not understand about change. They wait. They wait for Monday. They wait for January. They wait for the day they feel ready. And that day never comes, because readiness is not a feeling. It is a decision. A landmark study from University College London, published in the European Journal of Social Psychology, found that it takes an average of 66 days to form a habit. But the seed of that habit, the actual neural repatterning that begins the process, can happen on day one. Your brain is not waiting for permission. You are. In the next 30 minutes, I am going to walk you through 5 powerful shifts, each one designed to reset a different part of who you are. Stay with me until part 4, because what I share there is the insight that most people spend a decade learning the hard way. This is the Shetty mindset. And today, we begin. Every single morning, before your eyes fully open, your brain has already begun running a story. It is not a story you chose. It is a story that was written slowly over years of experiences, disappointments, small defeats, and moments where you told yourself, I am not enough for this. Psychologists call this the narrative self, the internal autobiography your brain constructs to explain who you are and what you are capable of. According to research from Harvard psychologist Dr. Dan McAdams, the stories we tell ourselves about our lives are among the most powerful predictors of our behavior, our resilience, and our long-term success. Not our intelligence, not our circumstances, our stories. And here is what that means for you today. The reason you feel stuck is not because you lack discipline. It is not because you lack talent. It is because you are living inside a story that was written in pain and you have been reading it like it was permanent. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." What he understood, what the Stoics understood, is that the obstacle is never the outer world. It is the meaning you have assigned to it. Think about it. 2 people lose their job on the same day. One says, "This is proof that I am a failure." The other says, "This is the push I needed to build something of my own." Same event. 2 completely different stories. 2 completely different futures. What story are you telling yourself right now? And if you have carried a story of being too late, too average, too behind, you are not wrong to carry it. Life gave it to you. But today is the day you choose a different one. Your story is not your sentence. Your story is not your sentence. Your story is not your sentence. But here is what nobody tells you about writing a new one, and it has to do with something happening deep inside your brain right now. The most dangerous prison on earth has no bars, no walls, no guards. It is the person you have decided you are. Identity, who you believe yourself to be, is the invisible architecture of your entire life. Every decision you make, every habit you keep or abandon, every opportunity you reach for or walk past, all of it flows directly from your identity. Not your goals, your identity. James Clear, in Atomic Habits, makes this clear. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. But what happens when you have been casting votes for the wrong version of yourself for years? What happens when the identity you carry is one built from your worst moments, not your best ones? Neuroscience gives us a stunning answer. Stanford researcher Dr. Carol Dweck's work on growth mindset demonstrated that the brain is neuroplastic. It physically rewires itself based on new beliefs and new behaviors. This means your identity is not fixed. It is not carved in stone. It is written in chalk, and today you are holding the eraser. Here is the one move that changes everything. Stop asking what you want to do and start asking who you want to be. A person who wants to lose weight will struggle. A person who decides I am someone who takes care of my body makes different choices automatically. A person who wants to be more focused will fight distraction every hour. A person who decides I am someone who protects their attention like it is sacred builds a fortress around their energy without effort. The shift is identity first, not action first. Identity first. Ask yourself right now, who is the person I am choosing to be today? And if you have ever felt like you were fighting yourself, like your ambition and your behavior were constantly at war, you were not broken. You were operating from the wrong identity. Identity is a decision. Make it now. Identity is a decision. Make it now. Identity is a decision. Make it now. And this next part, this is the part that will shift everything for you because it is about the one thing most people never repair. I want to talk about something that most motivational content refuses to address because it is uncomfortable, because it asks more of you than a morning routine or a productivity hack ever will. It is this. Many of us are not held back by laziness. We are held back by unprocessed pain. The research is clear and confronting. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, psychiatrist and author of The Body Keeps the Score, demonstrated through decades of clinical work that unresolved emotional experiences do not simply fade with time. They become embedded in our nervous systems, in our default behaviors, in the way we respond under pressure, and the way we abandon our best intentions when life gets hard. This is why you have started over so many times. Not because you are weak, because something in you has been carrying a weight that no productivity system was ever designed to address. The ancient principle of sankalpa, the Sanskrit word for intention, teaches that a true resolve must arise from a place of inner wholeness, not desperation. The Stoics too understood this. Epictetus, who was born into slavery and suffered more than most of us can imagine, wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself, not master of his circumstances, master of himself." Today is the day you acknowledge the weight, not to dwell in it, but to set it down. Here is what that looks like in practice. Write down the one experience from your past that you have allowed to define what you deserve. Look at it directly, name it, and then consciously decide that it is not your identity, it is your origin. There is a profound difference. Can you think of a moment where pain told you who you were and you believed it? If you have felt that, if you have carried that invisible burden while trying to build a better life, you were not weak, you were human, and today you choose to be more than your history. Your wounds are not your worth. Your wounds are not your worth. Your wounds are not your worth. Stay with me, because what I am about to share is the most important insight in this entire video, and it concerns the one resource you can never get back. Every human being on this planet receives the exact same salary every morning. No exceptions, no negotiations, no privilege, no poverty, no advantage that changes it. You receive 86,400 seconds. Every CEO, every artist, every person who built something extraordinary from nothing. They have the same 86,400 that you do today. The only difference, and it is the only one that matters, is what they chose to do with that currency. Time is not managed, time is invested. There is a profound difference. Managing implies control. Investing implies intention. It implies that every moment you spend has a return, and that you are responsible for that return. A study from the University of California, Irvine found that it takes an average of 23 minutes to regain full focus after a single interruption. Think about that. Every notification you respond to, every scroll session that starts with just 5 minutes, every conversation you allow to steal your morning, each one costs you not 5 minutes, but nearly half an hour of your highest quality attention. This is why silence is not isolation. Silence is a weapon. The most successful people I have studied do not simply work harder. They protect their time with an almost sacred ferocity. They say no like their dreams depend on it, because they do. As Jim Rohn taught, either you run the day or the day runs you. There is no middle ground. Every morning you wake up, a negotiation has already begun between your purpose and your distractions, between who you are choosing to be and who the world is trying to make you. Today, right now, you win that negotiation. You choose one block of time, one uninterrupted, intentional, focused window where you invest yourself fully in the thing that matters most, not 2 hours, not a full day, one aligned, focused block. and you guard it like it is the only currency you have. What would your life look like if you gave your best hours to your biggest vision instead of to your distractions? Your time is sacred. Protect it. Your time is sacred. Protect it. Your time is sacred. Protect it. But here is what nobody tells you about the final step that locks all of this in permanently. We have talked about your story, your identity, the wounds you carry, the time you spend. But there is one final piece, and it is the piece that makes all the others permanent. Without it, everything you have heard today will fade by tomorrow morning. With it, you become unstoppable. It is commitment to momentum, not commitment to perfection, not commitment to a result, commitment to the next move. Just one, the smallest, most aligned step forward, repeated with unbreakable consistency. Harvard Business School professor Teresa Amabile, through her landmark research, identified what she called the progress principle. The single most powerful motivator in human performance is not reward, not recognition, and not competition. It is the feeling of making progress, no matter how small, on work that is meaningful to you. This changes everything, because it means you do not need a grand transformation today. You need a real one genuine choice, one honest action, one moment where the new version of you shows up and the old version watches. The Buddhist tradition speaks of beginner's mind, approaching every moment as if for the first time, without the weight of old assumptions, old failures, or old stories. Today is your beginner's day, not because your past did not happen, but because it no longer defines your next step. You are not behind, you are not broken, you are not too late. You are exactly where you needed to be to understand what you now understand. And what you understand right now has the power to change everything. Are you ready to take that one step? Not tomorrow, not Monday, today? Because the person who takes that step right now is not the same person who pressed play on this video. That person is